What is the role of religion in our ever-changing world? From the NewsChannel 5 network, this is Issues of Faith.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Issues of Faith. Happy to have with us today Metro's a new at-large council member, Zulfat Suara, newly elected.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So in every newspaper article you read about the new Metro Council, your name is right there. Says very diverse council, and it includes you, the first Muslim elected to the Metro Council. So how do you feel about being identified in that way? First Muslim elected to the Metro Council.
When I started out, I made sure that my campaign was about the issues, about my qualification, about what I brought to the table, or what I can bring to the table. My faith was not even a part of the conversation, and I did not know at that point that I would be the first Muslim. I believe that Nashville has been around a long time. There's been people residing in Nashville way before me, and so that did not come into the conversation. But as the campaign kept going on, and then somebody interviewed me and said, you know, you're the first one, I'm like, oh, okay. Well, that's good. But that should not be the focal point, because I do not want to be just that. I want it to be based on what can I contribute to the council. So it's great. I'm glad that we have the first Muslim, because there are a lot of Muslims living here. But I'm also happy that people were able to elect me, not just for that, but for what I can contribute to the council.
What challenges do you think you faced being a Muslim? Were there challenges? Were there people that were concerned about the fact you're a Muslim?
Yes, there were challenges. As you can see, I identify as a Muslim in my practice, in how I look. And so that posed some problems, because some people are of the notion that I'm running to impose my faith on other people. There's a lot of misconceptions out there about Muslim and Islam and what Muslims believe. And there are a lot of people out there that never met me. Some of them don't even live in Nashville, that has this idea that having a Muslim in council means that there will be an imposition of the Muslim faith on council. And
so there was a newspaper article about you were facing online attacks, even during the campaign, from people saying, wake up, stop a Muslim from being elected, essentially. And it's still going on. Every now and then, I still get somebody say, kick her out, impeach her, don't let her stay. Somebody started a Facebook page, not a lot of people on it, as a keep her out of government. And so then it was just a whole lot, starting from the time that I announced. It became a story because somewhere in March, April, I saw that it's gaining traction. I saw a post that has about 2,000 people sharing it. And these people do not know me or what I stood for. And then some of them started calling me. And on some of the comments, I read things like, I see a shooting target. And so I'm going to do everything within my power to stop you. And that's when I was like, okay, this is getting dangerous. I need to let people know what I'm reading, what I'm hearing, so that at least people can look out for me. And that's why I was talking to a reporter about why I'm running, and he said, are you facing any challenges? And I mentioned that. It was like, oh my God, why didn't you say something? I thought, well, maybe we'll just go away. But it did not. And so you still face that? I'm disturbed by what you just said. By some of what you have. I knew that there had been some comments, but I didn't realize it was that terrible.
Yes, at the point that I decided to go to the newspaper, I actually had someone call my phone, sent me an email, and it was like, okay, I'm going to do everything that I can to stop you. It started with, I'm going to knock on doors, tell people, but then he kept saying, no, whatever I need to do, and I don't know what that means. And then on another one of the posts, another guy said, you know, I see, there was a picture of myself and 3 other Muslim women at a conference in Nashville here, and so to the post he said, I see a shooting target. And I didn't know, okay, what does that mean? And so it was things like that, and I was like, okay, people need to know what's going on. And I did not give him much traction at first, to be honest, because I believe that most of them do not live in Nashville. Most of them do not know me, they've never met me. The people that are supporting me know who I am and know what I've done over the years. And so I thought, well, it would just go over. But I'm glad I did talk to the newspaper, because what happened after that is a lot of people now start looking out for me. So every time somebody trolls my page, there are 10 people that respond, and I don't even have to do anything anymore.
And for those who don't know, at large, that's a county-wide seat.
It is.
So you ran across the entire county. There are 5 at-large members that are elected. Obviously, other Metro Council members run in a district. You ran across the entire county, and you won.
Yes.
So what does the fact you were able to win say about Nashville?
Again, it says that at the end of the day, you know, we kept saying Nashville is welcoming and welcoming, but we're not just saying that. We're putting that in practice, that when we do select or elect our government or our council people, we're looking at what do they bring to the table. I'm a CPA. I've worked with county governments before. I've been an advocate for a number of years at the state level. I do the Tennessee Women Day on the Hill for about 7 years. It's about 25 women organizations. I've gone to bill signing by governors in this state. And so I've done some work for Tennessee women and children over the years. I sit on a bunch of non-for-profit boards in Nashville. And so people look at all of that and say, look, she's always done the work. She's always believed in giving back to our community. That's the history that she has. And she has something to do. So forget about the Muslim part of it. It's never been an issue for her before. It's never been an issue for us before. And so we're just going to go based on what we know. And I think that was very profound.
And I guess, how will your faith influence the work you do on the council? And it would be a fair question for anybody.
It is a fair question.
How does your faith influence what you do now as a council member?
Okay. So my faith has no place in my decision making as a council person. Because as a council person, I represent everyone, regardless of their faith. And so when I'm looking at an issue, I'm looking at it on the merit of the issue itself, how it benefits Nashville. My faith governs what I do, what I practice, what I believe, not what you do or what you practice. I have a lot of friends that are non-Muslim. And so we go out, they do what they want to do, I do what I want to do. And so that's the way it is. I'll give you an example. The first resolution that we actually voted on this first meeting on Tuesday was about granting a beer permit. As a Muslim, I don't drink. If somebody asks me for a beer permit, I'll be like, no, I can give you that. But as a council person, what I have to look at is there a reason to give the permit? Does the law allow that? Is it within the rules of the restriction, and does it meet all of that? Does the neighborhood okay with that? That's out, and I voted yay, because that's how I should vote. It's about the people, and it's about the rules and the charter. And so...
And so it's interesting, what brought you to this point? How long have you been in Nashville? And let's talk about some of your background. So everyone knows you again as Muslim and an at-large council member. You've won. You're a CPA.
Yes.
But I guess tell us about your background.
I'm originally from Nigeria. Went to school in Nigeria. Had my college degree in Nigeria, met my husband in Nigeria, got married in Nigeria, and then we left the country a year after we got married. My husband got a contract with a British lab. He's a physician in another West African country. And so he went there to do research, and while he was there, somebody came from NIH, and they liked the work that he was doing, so they invited him to replicate that research in the United States. And so the US government invited us to come and do the research here. That's how we got here. And so we came to work for NIH through Baylor College of Medicine. And so my husband did that for a number of years.
And what is NIH?
NIH is a National Institute of Health in Maryland.
Okay.
And so they pretty much responsible for a lot of the research that goes on within the medical field. And so we did that. Then he did his residency, and then he came to Nashville for his fellowship at Vanderbilt. And that was how we got here.
And so you immigrated here. Was that in 1993 or so?
Yes, immigrated to the States in 1993, yes.
And how has that been? What has it been like here in America? Well, let's just go with here in Nashville. How has it been in Nashville as someone who has immigrated here?
It's been interesting because when we came, we went to Houston to DC, and then to Nashville. And I always tell everyone that when you're coming from DC to Nashville, DC has a lot of immigrants. The South does not. And so people are like, are you sure? Is that really, can you stay? And I just started a good job in DC at the time. I was working for the U.S. Department of Education as a contractor. And so it was like, why do you want to leave that? Why do you want? And so, but my first experience in Nashville happened at an apartment that we had. I went to the pool with my baby, and I don't swim, so I had the baby with me by the poolside, and the baby was dangling on my legs in the water. And this woman swam up and said, do you want me to swim with your baby? And I was like, really? And she did. And so what I've experienced so far, and that goes with the people that are attacking me. That's why I said most of them are not from here. What I've found out about the South is people are very, very nice. People are genuinely nice. People smile to you on the roadside. People wave. You don't see that a lot in DC. And so it's been, people have been very welcoming. Do we have people that are not? Yes. But that's in every group, that's in every place that you live in, that's in every religion, that's in every geographical location. And so I know that majority of people here have been very good to me and my family.
I want to talk about how large the Muslim community is here in Nashville, but we have to take a break. So we'll take a break, we'll come back, we'll continue our discussion with the new Metro Council member at large. Take a break, we'll be back right after this.